I broke these football matches down step by step and put together a strong parlay, selecting the most reliable options. We are also going to build a crazy parlay with huge odds of 71 from 4 selections, so make sure to watch till the end. Alright, let's not waste a second, let's get straight into the analysis. First parlay, first event, Rayo Vallecano vs Elche. And here I have found a very interesting pick, because at first glance it looks like the host should comfortably take this game. But if you dig deeper, you start to see a scenario with goals on both sides and a pretty open match. Rayo Vallecano are highly motivated right now. Even after the 0-1 lose to Barcelona, they left a strong impression, created chances and really put pressure on the league leaders. An important detail: they haven't scored in 2 matches, and this is exactly the kind of situation where a team comes out at home fully focused on bouncing back, especially considering the table situation. Only 4 points above the relegation zone, so every match feels like a final. At home, Rayo are very solid, only 2 losses in 14 games, and in recent matches they've been consistently creating pressure and scoring, averaging close to 2 goals per game. This is a team that isn't afraid to play on the front foot at home, especially against opponents of this level. Now let's look at Elche. Yes, they finally broke their awful run and even beat Mallorca 2-1, plus got a win over Aston Villa in a friendly. But let's be honest, their main problem hasn't gone anywhere. That's their away form. 0 wins in 14 matches. That's not random, that's a pattern. And defensively away from home, they completely fall apart, conceding around 2.1 goals per game, which is relegation level stuff. Buddy, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post match analysis every day, and I always try to keep my subscribers in profit. I also really appreciate fair criticism and your well-argued picks in the comments. I read everything. Thanks for the support, let's keep going. But here's the key nuance. Elche are not that offensively. They score regularly, and in 9 of their last 10 matches they total went over. So they can concede 2, but still find their own goal. That creates a very interesting picture. Rayo will push forward because they're at home and they need points. Plus, there is motivation after that 0-4 head-to-head loss. Elche will respond because they simply don't know how to force it back and their defense can't hold. So I expect an open game here. That's why I'm taking over 2 total goals. 2 goals look very realistic. Next logical option is BTTS yes at around 1.85, because both teams have attacking arguments and defensive issues. And for the crazy parlay, I'm taking Elche over 1 goal at odds of 2.5. Risky, but with their current style and Rayo's defensive issues, it's a very playable angle. Guys, here's my Telegram and my stats. I work as transparently and honestly as possible. I even pay taxes as an individual entrepreneur. I'm one of the few in this space who actually works openly and fairly. The link is in the description below. First parlay, second event, PSG vs Toulouse, and here I found another very interesting pick, because on paper it looks like an easy blowout for PSG. But if you dig deeper, there are nuances that could make this game much more high scoring than it seems at first glance. PSG are in matching mode right now. After the slip against Monaco 1-3, they turned on full power and smashed everyone. 12-2 over the last 3 matches. That's not just form, that's dominance. And what's important is that their attack works consistently, regardless of the competition. Whether it's the Champions League or League One, they create and convert chances in bunches. At Parc des Princes, it's even more pronounced. 5 of their last 7 wins came by 2+ goals, and they usually start aggressively, winning the first half in 6 of those 7 games. This is a team that doesn't wait. They immediately press and break the game open. Now let's talk about Toulouse, and this is where it gets interesting. On the surface, they look like a comfortable opponent, but if you look deeper, they are actually one of the more annoying away teams to face. Very few teams have conceded fewer goals away from home, and that's key. They know how to sit deep, absorb pressure, and play on the counter, but recently that system has started to crack. Conceding 3 against Metz is a warning sign. If even an underdog can break them down, PSG could turn it into a disaster. Still, writing Toulouse off completely would be a mistake. They've scored in 9 of their 13 away games, and not just against weak teams, but also against sides like Lille, Marseille and Lyon. Even head-to-head suggests they can find a goal about half the time. So the scenario here is class. PSG will dominate, create chances, and most likely score 2 or 3 goals. But Toulouse, through counters and isolated moments, can definitely grab a goal as well, especially since PSG are not always perfect defensively against teams that don't fully park the bus. So my main pick here is over 2.5 goals in the parlay. PSG alone can cover that line. With more risk, I would take a Toulouse goal as a single. The numbers and styles support it. And for the crazy parlay, Toulouse over 1 goal at 3.5. Because if the game opens up, a second goal from the visitors is not impossible. Hope you enjoyed this detailed breakdown and dropped a like on the video.